Every sane person without what they call Trump derangement syndrome, you know what that is? It's a great honor. I had a disease named after me. Trump derangement syndrome wants to get back to how great we had it under the Trump administration.
Recently, Donald Trump was at a rally giving a speech, as you see in that video. This was in Fort Dodge, Iowa. And this is part of his MAGA campaign tour. And he said some interesting things during this rally speech, okay? His main strategy for this rally was to encourage his supporters to basically not move past their grievances in regard to Joe Biden and the Democrats. And during this speech, he covered issues like energy, foreign policy, criminal justice, and also got super personal with the audience. Let's watch.
I told a story last week or 2 weeks ago for the first time when we, thank you. Thank you. Doesn't sound like my kind of a lover, but that's okay. Thank you.
That wasn't the only instance where he talked about sex either. Let's watch the next video.
A persecution of a political candidate, they see it as a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time. That's what it is. This is the greatest witch hunt. It started with Russia. Remember that? He was with 4 hookers. You think that was good that night to go up and tell my wife, it's not true, darling, I love you very much? It's not true. Actually, that one she didn't believe because she said he's a germophobe. He's not into that, you know? He's not into golden showers, as they say they call them. He's not. I don't like that idea. No, I didn't. I thought that would be a big problem. I was going to have a rough night, but that one she was very good on. She said, no, you're okay on that one.
So of course he's making reference to the Steele dossier, which involved sex workers and urine. Do you want to recount what that allegation was, Cenk?
So this is why I never believed the Steele dossier. This is why we never covered it in the first place. I read it and it says that he was with a bunch of hookers in Russia and that they have him on tape and that they were urinating on one another, right? He was watching them urinate on each other, and I was like, no, that ain't Trump. Because I knew, having read a lot about Donald Trump, that he is a germaphobe. That would be the last thing that he would do. So that's among the many reasons why that document was never credible. And so, and I'm surprised to find out that I actually have something in common with Melania, because that was the one thing where we both didn't believe it. But my favorite part of that clip was when Donald Trump said over and over again, that one she didn't believe. Because she believed all the other ones, okay? And he can't help himself. That's part of what's so funny about Donald Trump. He just accidentally admits things all the time. Oh, I thought I was gonna be in trouble. But that one she actually didn't believe. Of course he believes the other ones, because the other ones are definitely true. So he went rushing up there, honey, I found one that wasn't true. Good for you, Donnie, good for you. But the other hookers, sex workers, and the other porn stars, they were all true, wasn't it, Donnie?
What stands out to me about this, other than the fact that he's giving this speech at a high school, is, man, he holds on to grudges. And look, to be honest,
yes.
No, look, if a lie about me was all over the place like that, I would probably hold on to that grudge too. So I want to be fair and kind of put myself in his shoes. However, it is scary to think about how much he's looking forward to going after his political enemies should he get elected for another term. And he brags about it. I mean, he says it openly, he says it publicly.
But I want to split those two things into 2 different buckets, Anna. Yeah. Because holding grudges, God bless, I have a list. Okay, so, but there's a difference between having a list and then getting them in a way that is illegal and undemocratic. No, you get somebody, in business and in following the normal rules, et cetera, in politics and media, that's totally fine. But hey, I can't wait to become president and arrest them for no reason. No, that's not how you get people. That's because that's not about Donald Trump. That's about the rest of us. What kind of country do we live in? No, you don't get to be a dictator. Look, as Anna said 100 times, if he was just an insult comic, I would go buy tickets to him. In a lot of ways, he's hilarious. Yeah. But the problem is, he's not an insult comic. He's running for president, and he just doesn't believe in any of our laws. Doesn't care about any conventional wisdom, and tons of conventional wisdom is wrong. So let me give him a little bit more credit, and then we'll. So when he says like they invented a disease and called it after me, Trump derangement syndrome. Rest of media, calm down. He's not being literal, okay? He's just playing around. No big deal, okay? So number two, this is just amusing. Guy goes, "I love you, man," right? Yeah. And he's like, "Not the kind of love I want."
Come on.
I mean, when you're basically calling your own supporters gay.
Dude, okay, hold on. But guys, this is why, don't comment on this, Cenk. Just stay out of this.
All right.
When I was covering the Biden camp and how they're panicking about how to message in regard to his age and how to convince American voters, don't be worried, we know he's 81, but it's okay, he's not too old. Like, half the camp wants him to focus on Donald Trump's age. Donald Trump is 77 years old. But guys, you watch the videos, compare Donald Trump and his energy to Joe Biden and his lack of energy. Joe Biden's squinting into the camera. He's fumbling. So half the time he doesn't even make any sense. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from when I say that tactic that half the Biden camp is thinking about leaning into is gonna be a failed tactic. It's not gonna work. Anyway.
Okay. Here's what I have to say about that. Okay, now last thing is back to Trump. Here's another thing Democrats get wrong. He goes, they call them golden showers. Okay, no politician's supposed to say that. I mean, you're a former president of the United States, and you're talking about golden showers in public? That's crazy, right? But the Democrats are wrong. So what? He said it, what happened? Did he lose all support? No, no one cares. Mm-hmm. You know what? In fact, it helps him because he makes him look like a human being and relatable. He talks like a human instead of the robots, right? All the other politicians in the Uniparty come out and they're like, we are going to give you a political speech from a teleprompter, and we are going to tell you to use fancy words, and we do not do things that are unbecoming. Well, you're all so fake, man. We can't stand how fake you are. So Trump has the air of authenticity because of those crazy things he says. He's not actually saying the truth, he's not telling the truth, but he says it in such a crazy way that it makes you think he's telling the truth. But the Democrats are never gonna learn from that. They're just still gonna be stiffs with ties and teleprompters, and that's why they're right now getting their asses handed to them by him.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below because that makes you a member, and members allow us to be independent, honest. We could be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys. We love doing the show with our members. Hit the join button, become one of the Young Turks.